Welcome to another episode of Sip and Reflect with your bartender Daniel Carter here at Cocktail Compass. Today I am enjoying a little revolver. It's a very beautiful drink, very enjoyable. Nice little coffee kick up for an old fashioned. It's very yummy. Today I wanted to talk about a concept that I really feel very passionately about and care a lot about, and that is what I call the discomfort threshold. So what the discomfort threshold is to me, in short, is much of our life we get pushed to a place that pushes us just outside of our comfort threshold, whether that's a question, an experience, pain, all sorts of things of that nature. And when we go into that space of discomfort, a lot of times we have been taught that we should immediately try to find comfort as quickly as we can. We should go back to comfort. But there's a problem in that, because discomfort, as I've come to find personally, is where growth, evolution, and new frontiers, new perspectives exist. And it's not directly in the discomfort, it is on the other side of it. So let me give you an example. This is where I found it personally. I was on a long meditation retreat, and during it, then it was on the third day, they gave us a challenge to do long sittings, is what they were calling them. And basically, you would do a meditation for a full hour without shifting your position. By day 3 of a long meditation retreat, your back is very flared up, your muscles are all messed up. You've been through a lot of pain because you've been meditating 10 plus hours a day, and it's really intense. So sitting for a straight hour without shifting your position is a lot to ask. So I remember being very determined on that first sitting, and I was meditating and needed to shift, but I didn't. And the pain came. My back seized up, everything else was clenched, and I gritted my teeth so intensely through that entire hour. And when I was coming up on that last minute, I remember having this intense realization. And I was like, oh my goodness. My whole entire body is reacting to this one thing that is happening, which is pain in my back. And it doesn't have to. And I told my whole body, you can go ahead and relax. And I relaxed everything, and the pain was still there, but everything was relaxed. And then the meditation ended. And I was like, wait, I was reacting to this in a huge way, and it didn't have to be. I was blown away. And so along comes another one of those 1 hour long strong meditations, and I sit into it again, and there's the back flares up 10 minutes in, and I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on letting everything relax the entire way through here. So I did. If I felt my hands clench, I would relax them, then I would continue scanning in Vipassana meditation, just continue scanning. And then something else would clench up and I would relax it. And I got through that meditation without really much problem. Like, there was the pain still. It was still there. But it wasn't controlling me. It wasn't dominating me. It was just a sensation that was happening, and I was able to continue functioning. So I share this because that discomfort threshold, I call it a threshold because I had to lean into the sensations and experiences that I was having in order to know what was on the other side of them. One more drink. Yum, yum, yum. So it's a threshold because we honestly have no idea what's on the other side if we lean into the discomfort and experience the other side of it. If we retreat from the discomfort and go back to comfort, we never know that space. We don't know what it's like to be fully disappointed. We don't know what it's like to be fully rejected by someone that we really care about. We don't know what it's like to be in immense pain and come out okay on the other end. A great example of this is for those who have ran long races, like marathons or ultra marathons. There's a ton of pain that you go through, but you come out the other end and it's a new world. And you're like, oh my goodness, I had no idea I could do that. Here's a new perspective, a new paradigm that I have. This is fascinating. And so this pops up in so many different places in life, whether it is getting on dating apps and you're terrified of them and just leaning into it and seeing what happens. Like, it's not about that being right or wrong for people. It's rather that's intensely uncomfortable for me. So the question is, who are you on the other side of that discomfort? If you lean into it, who do you become? What perspective do you have? How does that all change? And so this discomfort threshold, what I see it as is you can float in comfort and feel very safe. But change, evolution, and newness is very hard to come by in that space. But by leaning into even the smallest of discomforts and riding them through to the other side, you learn new things about yourself, you learn new things about life, you find that you have power and capacity in ways you had no idea could even be possible. You realize the world flows in ways that were uncomprehendable before. You're able to expand because you've opened up that new horizon. You've crossed a threshold which has given you more space to continue growing, shifting, changing, being. Another really big one is release of identity. It's leaving a job. It's shifting a relationship. It's having a hard conversation. All of these things, we come up with all sorts of ideas that are terrifying about what this might be, but we honestly don't know until we are on the other side of that discomfort threshold. So I invite you to lean into the discomfort, experience it, and see who you are on the other side of it. And it's incredible. It makes life into something you can't even imagine. Cheers.